This account begins the same way every old school RuneScape account begins. Standing in Lumbridge. So nowadays when you start into a new account, you don't start with nothing. We start with a guide, a direction. We also have adventure paths that we can complete and we can get rewards. Open our quest panel and then select the yellow flashing or the orange flashing, and then we can see all the paths that we can complete in combat and gathering. Such things as level 5 in attack, we get a steel sword. Level 10, a black one. A mithril, if we're members, we get additional rewards. Is that pay to win? So this really kits us out. So as a new person that is stuck in free to play, this is actually going to be a good way to get easy upgrades straight from the start for stuff that we're going to want to do anyway, which is actually really good. But our goal is simple. Earn enough gold in free to play to buy a bond without spending a single real world penny. But there's one extra rule. Before we can leave free to play, we must complete it. Every free to play quest. All combat achievements in free to play. Everything free to play has to offer. Only then are we allowed to buy a bond. So day one isn't about getting rich. It's about building properly. And building properly starts with quests. And what other quest to start with than Cook's Assistant? Cook's Assistant was first released in 2001, making it one of the original RuneScape quests. It's been here since the very beginning. The Duke's cook can't bake a cake, so we gather flour, milk, and an egg. Simple ingredients, simple design, classic RuneScape. But early quests in this game are efficient. The cooking experience saves time. Early food upgrades increases survivability, and survivability is efficiency. And yes, we're collecting milk, flour, and eggs. Basically the original RuneScape version of instant noodles. Quest completed. Level 4 cooking. And in free to play, that completion matters more than you would think. Members' accounts have over 150 quests, multi-part storylines, grandmaster finales, entire regions locked behind quest chains, and free to play is a small portion of that list. A very small. It fits comfortably on one screen, sort of. Most of them are short, self-contained introductions to mechanics. So knocking these out early isn't optional. It's optimal. Next is The Restless Ghost, released in 2001 as well, another original quest. It takes place just outside Lumbridge Church, in the graveyard that every new player walks past without even thinking. The interesting part, this quest was one of the first examples of RuneScape experimenting with environmental storytelling. A restless spirit trapped because its skull was stolen. Simple by modern standards, but at the time it gave the world atmosphere. The reward is prayer experience, and that's huge early on. In free-to-play, prayer is going to be slow and very expensive to train, using pretty much bones alone. Getting early levels for a quest saves both time and money later. 2 quests down. Level 9 prayer. Now we move on to a quest to unlock maybe everyone's favourite skill. Rune Mysteries, of course. Originally released in 2004, this quest introduced the rune crafting skill to RuneScape. Before this update, players couldn't craft their own runes at all. Rune Mysteries fundamentally changed the in-game economy when it launched. For the better or worse. Completing it unlocks rune essence mining and access to the essence mine. And yes, rune crafting is fully available in free-to-play, but limited. We can craft air, mind, water, earth, fire, and body runes. No chaos, no law, no nature. Those are members only. Even so, rune crafting gives us scalability. It's grind heavy, but it's consistent, and consistency matters in a restricted economy. As we go to the Wizard's Tower down here, we're going to stop off at Draenor Village. And Fortunata's wine shop is here, so we're going to take the opportunity to buy some jugs of wine, which cost 1 GP. Lucky for us, in the bank, we have GP. It's tiny, but it's also a neat glimpse into how RuneScape works behind the scenes. Shops in the game operate on stock mechanics. Items refresh over time and the stock you see is specific to your account. For example, Iron Man accounts see shops differently. Their stock is separate from regular accounts, and they can't rely on other players selling items to the shop. Basically, what you see is what you get. In Iron Man, you have to be self-sufficient. It's a subtle difference, but it shows how RuneScape's economy works even in a small corner of the world. That'll be enough wines for now. And as you see, be careful of the jail cards will kill you if you're not careful. And make sure not to leave the quest item in the bank, otherwise you'll have to do the run of shame. Before we head to Varrock, all the way up to the north, we're going to complete Ernest the Chicken. Ernest the Chicken was released in 2003. Ernest the Chicken, based in Draenor Manor, was one of the first places as a kid on release that felt genuinely dangerous to a low-level account. Aggressive enemies roam the halls, a basement puzzle that, before RuneLite, made no sense. But it was one of the earliest examples of Jagex adding mechanical complexity to quests. Levers, piranhas that need poisoning, coordinated movements. And don't worry, no chickens were harmed in the making of this quest. Except maybe Ernest. Sorry, Ernest. Completed it. And we received direct gold for the first time. Our account isn't at 17 GP. We're still nowhere near a bond. Now, just west of Varrock is Barbarian Village. Beneath it, climbing down this entrance, sits the Stronghold of Security. The Stronghold of Security is a 4-floor dungeon, originally added in 2006, as both a dungeon and a security tutorial. It was Jagex's response to account hacking at the time. Players must answer questions about account security to claim a reward, and add an authenticator. For us, the key number is 10,000 coins. We need to be careful. Entering the Stronghold Security, you are greeted with many questions along the way about account security. You can answer these questions, which is generally quicker, or you can just spam the door as shown here, and eventually it will let you through. For the lazy-minded people. The first floor, harmless, nothing will attack you. And upon reaching the first floor rewards, we open it up, and we have been given the flapper moat and 2,000 coins. To the next floor, down the ladder. Now we are on an aggressive floor, and this is the second floor conquered. $3K and a slapper moat. Down the lever, this is where the danger starts. So this is the first time we're going to hit danger with these catapults, just go with it, being able to hit 6s. So we always open the door, we click in front of the door. If we get hit on the way, like there, we can drink up to full and then go through the door. Where you can get stacked out is if, as going through the door, we click open, it hits us, we're locked in an animation, we die. It can never one-hit us, so we are okay as long as we eat. So we just panic eat after every hit. And again, we're going to go through this door. We know we're going to get hit once. We click in front of the door so we can eat the hit, and then go through the door, in case we get hit again. And then that's the third floor done. Stress-free. Open the box. And we get 5K and an idea in moat. Very nice. Can I say we're rich yet? We could do the next floor, but with enemies hitting even harder down there, I don't think we want to risk our cash stack at this point. So to Varrock to continue Rune Mysteries, and then use the vines to get back up. Easy peasy. Rune Mysteries completed. Nice. After strengthening our foundations, it's time to add 2 more quests to our early free-to-play staple. Ah! And here we are, Witch's Potion, which was released in 2003. It's one of those classic early RuneScape quests that feels very old fantasy. Hetty the Witch in Rimington asks us to gather, let's be honest, a strange list of ingredients. A rat's tail. Take that, rat. And then northwest, we've got the onions. We are going to pick up a handful because we do need them for yellow dyes later. Oi! They're my onions! Scoundrel. So 1 onion for this quest, and then 2 more to make a yellow dye in a little bit. In Port Sarim, we're going to trade Betty and get an Eye of Newt. Oh. And a blue wizard hat. Blue hat phase engaged. Still in Port Sarim, we're going to beat a giant rat because we want that juicy, juicy meat. Elite gameplay. And a year later, we're going to get this juicy meat. Gimme, gimme, gimme. And then next door, we're going to make burnt meat, just like my partner cooks me every night. And she one-ticks it. What makes this quest important isn't the storyline, let's be honest, it's the reward. The quest grants us magic experience. Once we drink from the cauldron. Not ominous at all. Quest completed. And that brings us to level 4 magic. Combat level 5. We're growing. Next one is Sheep Shearer, one of the original quests from 2001. On the surface, it's straightforward. Fred the farmer needs 20 balls of wool. So, we're going to shear some sheep. And shearing sheep in RuneScape quietly teaches one of RuneScape's core loops. Gather a resource, process the resource, turn it into something valuable. That loop pretty much is going to define the entire free-to-play economy, if not... Ow, ram. I'm trying to do my speech. Whether it's mining ore into bars, cooking fish, or crafting runes, it's the same system, just repeating at a different scale. It's not flashy, it's not dramatic, but it's foundational. And that's what this day 1 has all been about. And then we go upstairs in Lumbridge Castle. We spin the wall. And we hand it in. No combat, no danger, just raw, early game skilling. Sheep Shearer completed. The bank isn't impressive yet. The stats are still low. The bond price is a mile away. But we're not at 0 anymore. Day 1 done. Stats up. Cash stack started. It's time to SamwiseUp. What I did in between the episodes is I tried out moneymakers. Good, bad, tedious, the best, the worst. I'll cut them up, show you now. The first moneymaker is going to require no GP, and it's going to start in Draenor Village, which is west of Lumbridge. And this one is going to be very simple. We are going to go into the North House, where we do Vampire Slayer, Morgan's house. And we're going to go up the stairs. Once up the stairs, there is a cupboard. This is a very simple one. We're going to open the cupboard. We're going to search the cupboard. Now, every time we search the cupboard, a garlic is going to spawn in our inventory. This isn't the best moneymaker, but it is a moneymaker. We click on the cupboard, we fill up our inventory. Once we have a full inventory, we are going to run down and run straight to the bank. And you just rinse and repeat until you've got a load of garlic. Okay, we have 112 garlics, meaning you can average per hour around 1,400 to 1,600 garlics. And then selling the garlics on the Grand Exchange. Now, currently they're at 20 gold per item. Methods like this, where we're selling to the Grand Exchange, are always going to require a couple of things. Either you waiting to get the money you want or lowering it to sell quicker. The choice is up to you, just always remember this will affect your margins. And the garlic finally has sold. Sold for 10 GP each. The next one brings us back to Lumbridge, the cow field. We have two choices. We can either kill the cows, or on free-to-play worlds, as we can see, there are loads of cow hides. We run, we pick up all the cow hides. Once you have a full inventory, we're going to go to Al Kharid. We pay the toll to get here, which is 10 GP. Complete Prince Ali rescue to get that removed. So, the cow fields, through here, and into here. The tannery. Once in here, we are going to trade with Alice. We are going to check the prices on the Grand Exchange. And at the minute, hard leather sells for more. So, we're going to tan all our hides to hard leather. We're going to head to the bank from here, which is just south. Put all these and rinse and repeat. So I've got my 100 hard leather. That took about 20 minutes for 100, meaning in 1 hour you could get 300. Now to the Grand Exchange. Right, then we put our hard leather on the Grand Exchange for 238 par. Instant sells 26k. So, punching that into the calculator, that is 71k money-wise per hour, and that's the slowest way to do it, because if you're one-hitting the cows and just picking up the cow hinds, you can get this number even more up. I'm a little bit surprised with how well this one is, considering we're on free-to-play. So, the next one. We're actually going to have to buy some things. So, the only item we are going to need is a pestle and mortar, and we are going to be buying chocolate bars. So we'll start with 100 because you always want to test methods before you do it in bigger quantities. Okay, so 100 chocolate bars cost us only basically 4k. We are now going to use a knife. Knife in our inventory. Withdraw chocolate bars. Use knife on chocolate bars. And this is going to be the most semi-AFK method. So I'm going to do 100 and then we'll calculate how much you can make in an hour. Okay, that was really quick, and that is 100 done in about 5 minutes in all honesty. And if you click the knife on the chocolate bars, you can do it faster. So you can do 1,200 in an hour. And then selling the chocolate dust. Instant sell, 6,900. And going back to my calculator, so that is 82 plus K an hour, which you can get even faster. Another banger, another banger. Always check the prices that you buy to the prices you sell. They're going to change all the time. Let's go on to the next method. Okay, the next one is we are going to be making pizza bases. So we're going to need two things. We're going to need jugs of water and we're going to need a pot of flour. So let's get that. We brought the jugs of water for 16 each, and we bought the pots of flowers for 123 each. Okay, so we want to withdraw 9 jugs of water, 9 pots of flour, combine them together, and we want to find pizza bases. Another semi-AFK method. Okay, again, that took about 5 minutes to do 100. Very, very fast method. Let's sell them on the Grand Exchange and see what we can get for them. Right, and as we can see, the pizza bases eventually sold for 162 each. As always, hitting the calculator, that works out at about 27k per hour. Really surprised that chocolate bars is looking the best, but prices always change, so keep an eye out. Okay, the next one we will be buying some more supplies. So this time we're going to be making pastry dough. So we need a pie dish and we also need pastry dough. Okay, so we got the pastry dough for 132 each. Pie dishes, really expensive. Had to wait a long time to actually get these. 94 each, really expensive, really expensive. Right, as always, let's see how many we can make. Okay, as always, we're going to take out 14, and we're going to see how many we can make. Okay, and that's 100. We did that in about 4 minutes. So that's about 1,500 per hour, which is not too bad. Right, let's sell them and see what prices we get. Instant sell, very nice. We always like to see that at 322 each. Okay, actually, the profit on this is really good. This is 140k per hour. Now, bear in mind, the pie shells were hard to buy. They were very, very expensive, so they might go up again or whatnot. Always check prices before you do stuff like this. 140k per hour. It does help that it is very quick, and there's not a lot of waiting around. Very nice method. Okay, this method actually requires us to move out of the Grand Exchange. We're in Port Sarim, which, if we go there, is west from Lumbridge, west from Draenor, into the fishing shop. When in the fishing shop, we can trade our mate here, and we can buy feather packs. One pack has 100 feathers, meaning we are buying 100 feathers for 2 gold each. I'm going to do this for 10 minutes, then we're going to go to the Grand Exchange and see what we can do. But we need to check the value. We need to keep the value at 200, so make sure it's fully stocked all the time, because if you buy them for a 210 like I just did, you're going into your profit massively. Buy one, restock, keep going. Okay, that's 25k feathers in 10 minutes. So in an hour, that's going to be 150k feathers. But anyway, let's go to the Grand Exchange. Let's see what happens. Okay, back to the Grand Exchange, our favourite place. Let's try and sell these feathers. However, we cannot sell them for 2 gold. If you sell them, you only get your money back. So you need to at least sell them for 3 gold. Okay, so let's sell our feathers. Sell them for 3 GP each and see how long it takes. And it took about half an hour, but all the feathers have sold, giving us 77k, which is 150k per hour profit. Very, very nice, but you need a lot of money up front to be able to do this. A lot, but very, very good. Last episode, we turned 10k into a real starter cash stack. No flipping, not gambling, not merching, just honest, slightly repetitive work. That may or may not got me banned using remote desktop. There's only one problem. As time of starting, I was doing my money-making guide and I bought 25k in feathers. The issue being, this is my cash stack, what is it, like 75k sitting there. When I go to sell them, I need 10 quest points, which I do have, a skill total of 100, which I don't have, and 20 hours in the game, which I don't have. So, I am going to AFK a few things. Mainly just wood cutting and fire making, and I might go over to fishing and cooking, and then we'll be back to do some quests. You won't miss anything interesting. We fish some shrimps, cooked the shrimp in the cook's kitchen, thanks to Cook's Assistant quest, cut some trees outside Lumbridge Castle, and made enough fires to burn down Lumbridge. This is the part where early game RuneScape starts accelerating, because smart questing isn't just about quest points, it's about skipping levels entirely. The shopping spree. With our stack built, we head straight to the Grand Exchange. No wandering, no guessing, no back and forth bank trips. We're buying everything in one go. Imp Catcher, Doric's Quest, Goblin Diplomacy, Knight Sword, and some mage combat items. This is what preparation looks like. We're not questing inefficiently anymore. We're quest stacking. We're being SamwiseUp. And now we're here for Doric's Quest. First released in 2001, another original. Doric has been standing north of Falador since the very beginning. Luckily, we've already got the ores he wants, so quest completed, and that's 1,300 mining experience on a level 1 account. That pushes us straight to 10 mining, which is great. Another task completed, as we have been doing Adventurer John's Path. I've been going to talk to him and he gives us, you know, little upgrades here and now. It's very nice. Fun fact though, in classic RuneScape, mining used to be even slower than this, so this quest was even more valuable back then. Sets us up for the next jump. And next we have Goblin Diplomacy. Released in 2001, let's be honest, it's possibly the most iconic low-level quest. 2 goblin generals, 1 political crisis. Sounds like real life. And most important question in Galanor. What colour armour should the goblins wear? It's got to be blue, right? This quest is still referenced in memes today. We mix dyes, or buy them on the Grand Exchange, let's be honest. Present different armour colours. Watch goblins get changed. And we appease both sides. Conflict resolved through fashion. Diplomacy at its finest. Quest completed. Straight up to 5 crafting. Next, we get our spades for X Marks the Spot. X Marks the Spot was released in 2019. This quest introduced beginner clue scrolls into free-to-play. Essentially, it's a tutorial for treasure trails. Dig here. Dig there. Dig everywhere. Follow simple steps. It's modern RuneScape design inside an old school shell. And just like that, more quest points. At this stage, we're stacking quest points like they're banknotes. Let's go. We've got a lamp. I'm just going to put it on prayer for the time being. And a beginner's scroll, let's see. Spin at the mace shop. To Al Kharid. Okay, here we are in the skirt shop. You're going to give me no casket. To Varrock. Right, let's play hot and cold like we're back at school. Thank you. Right, I've had enough. Give me a casket. Open it. Don't say anything. Mr. Mystery coming up. Added in 2017 as a free-to-play update. Yeah, free-to-play does get updates from time to time. Unlike the 2001 classics, this feels much more modern. It exists to mostly introduce newer players to investigation-style quests. It's short, dialogue-heavy, and a little bit more polish. Quick completion, easy quest points, momentum secured. Early counts thrive on momentum. 9 crafting. Went to Port Sarim and bought myself a fishing rod and some bait just to be able to do some things for AFK. I need to get that playtime up to 20 hours so I can start using the Grand Exchange. I need that bond money. Did some fishing. And cooked it in Lumbridge. And now Imp Catcher. We go back to 2001 for this quest, one of the oldest quests in the game. Wizard Mizgog 4-coloured beads, classic design, and the reward? 875 XP, and an Amulet of Accuracy. But more importantly, that takes our magic level straight to 10. The amulet does give us a +4 in magic, which is always lovely. And again, I keep forgetting about the adventure path. So for getting 5 in magic, we get all this. For getting 10 in magic, we get all this. Like, geez, I wouldn't have bought any runes. I'm going to go collect them before we do our next task. Oh, we did actually get a lamp. Rob, the lamp of the gatherer. We shall put it on. I mean, none of these really matter. Mining. 150 experience. I mean, hard to get too excited about that, but still. That was from the mining, because we got our mining to 10 through quests, just in case people think I'm suddenly hacking. I'm going to get banned again. Oh, no! As we watch someone splash away on a rat, we're here for another quest, this time Vampire Slayer. Another launch day quest, and it's time to fight! Count Draenor. He's been terrorizing players since day one. Although when it was first released, players were very underleveled when they went to fight him, so got destroyed. Happily, we walk in prepared. Right, I'm going to show you how to do Vampire Slayer at a low level. We're going to use these squares. Once we open the coffin, we're going to stand on this square. Count Draenor is going to stand here. We are going to right-click under him to stand under him. We are going to keep repeating that until he stands on that square, meaning we can go here. You may have to do it a few times to get him to move there, but he will do it. So you can do this early levels really quickly. See, like there, it failed, so we go back to the first one. There he goes. There we go. And we can safe spot him here. And Draenor completed. Vampire Slayer completed. And from the Abyss, that gets us to 20 attack out of nowhere, which is brilliant because I'm not training attack from 0, so that is awesome. And because we're on free to play, I think it's because we said we're not experienced player or we haven't played in a while, we get the combat paths, which if I'm not mistaken, gives us immediately a mithril sword, which is awesome. And the Knight's Sword, another quest in 2001. This is a big one. This is one of the famous early quests in RuneScape history because it's legendary. No, because you get 12k smithing experience at level 1, meaning it launches you into the high 20s in RuneScape in 2001. Still now, that's huge. You literally, on free to play, skip hours of bronze and iron bar smelting just with one quest. Retrieve the Blurite Ore. Repair the sword. There we go. There we go. Smithing is no longer level 1. 29, you dirty dog. Bypass that furnace grind entirely. Thank you very much, Squire. Thank you, Adventurer John, for my mithril sword. Very well earned, I would like to say. Right, we're going to kill some cows because all my money is still locked up in the feathers because I'm a silly old sausage. So we need 20 hours playtime. We're going to kill cows and we're going to bank the cow hides. Never stop making money. Let's go! Let's move on. Get it? Because cows are the move. I'll get to it. A quick look at the stats. We're going to get 20 strength here, 20 defense. You don't need to see all the levels. You've been there, done that. You want to see me selling them cow hides. Let's go. 2.5 hours remaining before we can access our feather pack. I was just an idiot and didn't check all the things. Because some things you can trade, some things you can't. These are my stats so far. 20 attack, strength, defense. Let's go do some magic training. 25 magic. Very nice. We can teleport to Vrock. Right, I sold basically everything that I had left over. Some rewards I had from Adventurer John. We've got how many cow hides? 579. I'm going to tan them into hard leather. We're going to sell them in the Grand Exchange. Feathers are on the Grand Exchange. We've just got to wait for them to sell. And that's like, what, 77k or whatever it is. So I need this to unlock a little bit of money for us. What's that? Money unlocked? Feathers finally sold? Let's go, party people. And we have all of our hard leather to sell as well. So let's see if we can sell all that. And you're going to see over 100k. Jeez. I mean, it's not the millions that we need, but got to start somewhere. Like, this is awesome. Nice bit of money. It means we can just buy faster ways to level. But, like, looking at my stuff, I didn't realize how slow it is to level in free-to-play. So, like, geez. But more money means we can buy more supplies, which means then we can make more money. So, thumbs up. Let's go. And there we go, party people. We sold all our hard leather and we are at over $250,000 on the second episode. I'm hype, I'm excited. Let's see if we can keep the momentum going. A long way to a 13 mil. Keep going. Here's another one of them money makers in between episodes to see the good, the bad, the tedious, the worst. So the first method that we are going to do today is anchovies. So we're going to buy raw anchovies and then we are going to cook them for great profit. There we go, 1,000 raw anchovies for 27 coins each. We're going to cook them in Lumbridge. So just to let you know, anchovies will entirely stop burning at cooking level 34. If you're using the Lumbridge range, which we're doing now, you will stop burning them at 31. Less burning means more profit. Then you cook a full inventory, go to the top floor, deposit in the bank, and get some more. It's simple, margins are small, but it's safe and a consistent money maker, which is a good starter for anyone. So I've been doing this for about an hour, very, very lazily, and we're just shy of 900. I think you could probably do 1,000 anchovies in the hour if you were super, super on the ball. So anyway, let's go sell them, see how much money we made ourselves. Okay, we're back to the Grand Exchange. So, in 1 hour, we were able to cook 900 anchovies. I think you can get it to 1,000, but we will say 900. When you look at our history, we bought them for 27 coins each, meaning it costs to buy them 24,300. Now we're going to sell them and see what profit we get. There we go, and all the anchovies have sold, which gives us 36k. Meaning that's a profit of around 12k per hour. Not the fastest, not the best, but you have to start from somewhere. Okay, and now for the next item, we will be cooking again. This time we'll be buying raw chicken, cooking it at Lumbridge, same as before, and selling it. The margins on this are a little bit better, so let's have a look. And there we go, we bought them all for 30 coins. Let's go to Lumbridge and cook up a storm. And back to Lumbridge at the stove. You'll stop burning chickens at level 34 or 31 when using the Lumbridge range. Okay, we have our 1,000 cooked chicken. I actually did that within the hour. I was a bit more locked in this time. And we can see we bought them for 30 each, 30k. So let's sell them and then see what profit we are talking about. And there we go, they were sold for 57 coins each. We got 75k overall, which is nearly doubling our money, which makes buying raw chicken and then cooking it gives us 27k per hour. Not too bad, not too bad. Much better than anchovies. And for the next method, we will be making jewelry. So what are we going to need? We're going to need gold bars in abundance. So we will start with 1,000. However, for this one, we will also need a necklace mold. As always, check your prices on the Grand Exchange and everywhere, but necklace ones seem to be going really well at the moment, so that's what we're going to be doing. And then we just need a furnace. So let's get them and head to a furnace. So the only requirements for this one will be either 5 crafting if you're doing gold rings, or 6 if you are doing necklaces. Necklaces seem a lot better. Where we are for this one is Edgeville, which is just west of the Grand Exchange. Sadly, we'll have to go all the way round here because we don't have agility to use the shortcut. But we have a bank right there. We have a furnace right here. And you just run backwards and forwards doing what you need to do. So let's do 1,000, see where we get in an hour. Right, that's 1,000 done. In all honesty, I think you could get probably 1,200 at a push done. Very, very fast method. Let's jump back into the Grand Exchange to see how much money we made. Right, as we look into our history, we bought the gold bars for 103 each. So let's chuck these in and see how much profit we can make. So let's go sell. Let's see what price we can sell them at. Okay, they sold here for 150 gold each. That's 154k. Let me pump it into my calculator. So when I pump it in, that's 51k per hour. But bear in mind, you can probably up that by a little bit because I reckon you could get more than 1,000 done. That was a very chilled approach that I took. But 51k per hour, very, very nice. Okay, and for the next moneymaker, we'll be heading back to Edgeville. But as always, we've got to buy something first. And we'll be buying silver ore. We need a furnace to make it into silver bars, and then we'll be selling it back. Let's see what price we can buy it for. There we go, and we got it for 66 coins each. We don't need anything apart from the ore, and same as before, just slightly west of the Grand Exchange, back to Edgeville. They have a lovely furnace right by the bank. Just a reminder, you will need to either complete Knight Sword quest, which gives you 29 smithing off the bat, or you will need level 20 smithing in order to make the silver bars. And just like before, this time we just take the silver ore out, smelt at the furnace, and make the bars, rinse and repeat. And that's about an hour. Went slightly over, but that's 924 in 1 hour. Not too shabby. Let's go sell it, see how much money we made. Okay, let's sell them in the Grand Exchange and let's calculate the profit that we would have got. It is a slow method, I'm not going to lie. It takes a lot longer to smelt these than it does like with the crafting gold bars into jewelry and stuff like that. And the silver bars sold. They sold for 87 coins each, giving us basically 80k. So that works out at about 19k, 20k per hour. To be honest, I think it'd probably be better. It's just smithing is incredibly slow. The animation takes so long to go through, you can't get enough out. So at the minute, jewelry is just so fast for that. I would recommend that over this. Okay, and we got something a little bit different that I'm not sure how it's going to go, so I want to test it out. What is it? The spell Bones to Bananas. So we need the runes, and this would probably be better on members because then you could get a mud battle staff, which then you wouldn't need to buy the water runes and the earth runes separately. So we're just going to try this 100 times to see how it works. So we've got a water staff, we've got 200 earth runes and 100 natures. The only requirements is we need 15 magic. Okay, we bought 2,600 bones because when we cast this spell, it makes all the bones in our inventories turn to bananas. So the idea is we withdraw all the bones, we've got our runes in, and then we go bones to bananas. And we are bananas, so we're going to do this and see how long we do it for and if there's a profit here. Wish me luck. Right, and this is the last inventory. Very, very work intensive, I'm not going to lie, but let's see what the profit margins are like. Okay, let's sell these bananas and then we can work out what profit margin we are working with. I actually don't think it's a huge profit margin just because we have to buy so many supplies, the nature runes and stuff like this. We have still made money. I did get nervous for a second then. There we go, all the bananas sold for 43 coins at 114k. Meaning we made 15k at most. However, it is worth knowing that is not per hour. That took about 20 minutes. So in about 20 minutes, we made 14k. Meaning in 1 hour, you would make 42k, which is not too shabby, I would like to say. Quests in Old School RuneScape aren't just about experience, they're for rewards, unlocking new areas. They're for boosting your account efficiently. Today, we're going to tackle more of these free-to-play rascal quests. They give us more of a chance to gain more experience, unlock access, but more importantly, complete free-to-play. But before we start, preparation is key. We need to go on a shopping trip. This is what the bank is looking like, and the cash stack has been growing. Their money-making guides have made our stack grow and grow. The bones for Demon Slayer. Berries for Romeo and Juliet. And putting in a lot of orders for Prince Ali Rescue. Lots and lots of orders. Black Knight's Fortress. However, I've got some stuff to do AFK, so range training, anyone? I'm going in for the chickens. We killed some chickens. Then killed some monks at the monastery. And then the giant frogs in the swamp. Ribbit, ribbit. Although I never appreciated how slow free-to-play leveling is. It is a different beast, party people. And then I did some money-making guides, which just happened to help because I was making money at the same time, which is nice. Looking at the Grand Exchange, we were making ruby necklaces, which was actually quite profitable. We were doing like 300 at a time, but our money is locked up again. More feathers. Feathers is one of the best money makers. It takes ages, but the profit margin is legit crazy. We have 600k. Let me say that again for the people in the back. 600k locked in feathers at the moment, which is crazy. It takes a while to sell, but, you know, we need money to make money. We're moving. But what does that mean for the account? Look at us. Look at us. There's some stats. Take notes. Anyway, back to questing. We've got some good ones. We begin in Port Sarim. The Corsair Curse. Added to free-to-play in 2017. It unlocks, you guessed it, the Corsair Cove. And more importantly, another training place, but we won't be doing that just yet. On a fresh account, this all matters. 2 quest points secured, map expanded, we move. And next on up, Pirate's Treasure, another original from 2001. We grab our spade, we follow the clues, dig up the reward. Nice. And it's time for Prince Ali Rescue, first released in 2001. It's another classic. Disguise executed. Rescue completed. Through the gates. Oh, no GP. Let me see that message. No, I didn't pay. No, that was after the wig. No, that ruined it. It should have said, your gloriousness doesn't have to pay anymore. There we go, 3 quest points, gate toll removed permanently, free passage through Al Kharid forever, small unlocks, massive time saved. Let's go. Romeo and Juliet time, one of the original 6 quests released with the launch of RuneScape Classic back in 2001. No combat, no risk, just fast dialogue. Riveting. 5 quest points added in minutes. Sometimes progress isn't just XP. We're unlocking quest points for their future. Alright, are you ready to see? Oh, look at this. Oh, 600k! Do you know what? One of the best money makers in free-to-play is buying feather packs. Don't get me wrong. It makes you want to jump out of a window, but he never said bonds were going to be easy. Gimme. Next up, Black Knight's Fortress, another 2001 quest, part of the original White Knights versus Black Knights storyline. Iron chain body, bronze medium helm. Wow. We look like something. Infiltrate. Sabotage. Leave. 3 more quest points. More classics on the way. This time, Demon Slayer, released in 2001. We're doing all the iconic quests today. First key down. Wait, second key down. I'm not good at this. I'm just going to practice. 1 key, 2 key, 1, 2. Just practice counting. And third key achieved. Give me Silverlight. These cutscenes go hard back in the day, let's be real. Silverlight in hand. There we go. Demon Slayer completed. And for the next one, this one released in 2021. Below Ice Mountain. One of the newest free-to-play quests ever added to Old School RuneScape. And it quietly introduced an entirely new dungeon beneath Edgeville. Completed. 3 more quests to go. We have Dragon Slayer, we have the new Milk quest, and we have Shield of Ara. We are smashing it. 21 completed, 42 quest points. Stats looking nice. Cash stack looking nice. But still a long way till 13 mil. We need to get back on making money at every opportunity. Okay, I spent a load of money on Chaos Runes because I did set the caveat that even before I get the bond, I need to complete free-to-play, which also means doing the combat achievements for Obor, Briar Fighter, and the new cow bosses if the achievements are out. I'm pretty sure they are. I think I'm going to do it with Mage, because especially how Mage now works. So Obor, we will do snares, we will kill Obor like that. Briar Fighter, I'm hoping Mage can do the heavy lifting, especially because of how now weaknesses work. Lower level spells can do higher level damages. So we're going off to get a couple of Mage levels, just because we might as well, and with the possibility of money making at the same time. And the reason we're doing this is because we did train some melee stats, but melee is so slow in free-to-play. I feel like just ditching it and just going either hard on range, hard on mage. But I think where Obor needs the snares just to make it a little bit easier without no protection prayers will be a little bit better. Anyway, Corsair Cove. Like we said, we will be back. In the Corsair Cove to the west, there is a dungeon. And down this lovely hole, other players, but ogresses, which have the opportunity of dropping rune items. Let's get some money. And then in between doing mage, when I'm like AFK and on my phone and whatnot, I've just been making ruby necklaces because it seems to be the best thing that I can do. But again, profit margins are slim pickings. There we go, 50 mage for the snare. Obor, watch out. We're on our way. That is 53 mage. Obor is shaking in his boots. And this is the cycle I'm locked in. So I go to ogresses. I use 2,000 odd chaos runes. And then to make sure my money doesn't dip too much, then I come back to crafting jewelry. Yeah. Come on, I'm built for this grind. I'm ready. Are you ready? Because I'm ready. Oh, it's baguette time from the sandwich lady. What do you reckon? Are we going to get the stale baguette? Never lucky. Your RuneScape content, gentlemen and gentle ladies. And more chaos runes. This should get us to 59. We're at 57, so wish me luck. And that is 58 magic. One more level, and I am free from this prison. Come on. And I'm slightly late to the fireworks means one thing. 59 magic. We can leave. Our sentence has been completed. This is big for the account because this means our combat is ready for all 3 of the bosses. Obviously, we don't have protection prayers. But it means the money making that we make now all goes in our back pocket. It would have probably been better to do this with range and then actually make some money here. But we live, we learn, we have fun. We kill a couple of ogresses. Bye-bye to this dungeon. Selling off the majority of our bank. We haven't had a little show and tell in a while. This is what the bank is looking like. The cash stack is starting to look a little bit mean. I would like to hit a mil by the time we finish this episode. So got a few little money makers to make, and then back to making more money maker guides and making money at the same time. Easy peasy. And that's 50 cooking. And sell the cooked chickens. And that's 31 prayer. We're gearing up the account now to make some, hopefully, better money makers, because all this gold now we don't need to keep wasting on runes and quests and all that sort of stuff. We've got a few quests left, but we're gearing up for members to take on the bosses. It's coming. Can you feel it? I'm excited. Buying all the quest items for Dragon Slayer. And then our chickens have just sold. So they sold for 53 coins each. Thank you. So each chicken we cooked, we made 21 coins off of. Not too bad to just quickly get our cooking level up. However, before we can fight Obor and Briar Fighter, we need a key. How do we get that key, I hear you ask? So Briar Fighter is a moss giant boss. She can be found in her lair in Vrock Sewers. Just here. Down the manhole. And then we are going to have to go deep into the dungeon to not only find her lair, but moss giants. So in order to fight Obor and Briar Fighter, we need to get their respective keys. Now we need one key to enter the lair, and an additional key to open the chest inside. Now, once we access the lair, we won't need a key to then access the lair again. But they will be consumed when using the chest. So you can keep killing the bosses. And I forgot a slash. Please slash. Go on, slash for me. Oh, you champion. Go on, slash it. Go on, you can do it. So we started here. We have made our way around the Vrock Sewers, which leads us to deadly red spiders, moss giants, and Briar Fighter's lair. Shrouded in mystery, I can assure you. And in order to get these, we need to kill the moss giants for a chance of getting a key, with moss giants dropping them 1 to 150. However, Obor is going to take us to Edgeville Dungeon. And Edgeville, where we've done some of our money makers, as we can see just west to the Grand Exchange. When we are here, there's a little trap door. We're going to go down. And then we're going to make our way through the dungeon as my mouse cursor shows. And stop off here. Let's go. Through the gate. Our first member gateway. We'll get through this gate one day. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Get off me, skeleton! Right, and as we come through to the hobgoblins, what we can see is a brass key. We're going to want that because that's going to unlock a shortcut, so we don't have to run this long way round again. Yoink. And now, when we go up this ladder, we're going to have a shortcut, so we never have to do this run again. Right, up we go. Boom! Where are we, I hear you ask? So the Grand Exchange is there, Edgeville is there. Just down here, we are in this little shack with a door here that we can use our brass key on. And now we have a shortcut, so we don't have to go that long way again. As you can see, I've bought teleport runes, so if I need to get out, I can get there quickly. And as we run to the back of here, we're going to see Obor's room here. So same as Briar Fighter, we just need one key to unlock the area. Then we can kill Obor as many times as we want. We then just need the keys to be able to loot the chest. Obor does drop them, it is worth being said, but yeah. And then just checking drop rates on the giant key, they are 1 to 128. So not shabby by any stretch of imagination. So this will be my new prison, my new jail. I'm going to get us a giant key. I'm going to get us a mossy key. And then we're going to start fighting the bosses. It's getting real now. Hopefully we get a key. First kill. Go on for the first time. Imagine the scenes. Right, stay wise, stay grinding. I've been SamwiseUp. See you in the next one, party people. You guessed it. Another moneymaker. Let's see what's good, what's bad. Let's find them all out. Method 1. Making uncooked apple pies. Location, Grand Exchange. Requirements, 30 cooking. What we will need, pie shells, cooking apples. So we start at the Grand Exchange as we will need to buy our supplies. We are going to need, as I said, pie shells and cooking apples. Okay, so pie shells, 335. Cooking apples, 36. If you have more patience than me, probably just wait and get them a little bit cheaper. So to set this up, we need these buttons at the bottom. We click the default set custom quantity. We want to set this for 14. So then every time we left click, we then click 14, 14. We then use the cooking apples on the pie shells to make yummy apple pie. Or uncooked apple pie, so might want to cook it before you start calling it yummy. Right, let's see how quickly I can do these, and then we will scale it up to see how much money this is per hour. Okay, and we are closing in the last load. This is a very lazy 10 minutes, so you can get this a lot quicker if you try. Meaning you could do about 1,200 uncooked apple pies in an hour. Let's sell these on the Grand Exchange and work out what sort of profit margins we are looking at. There we go. Again, with a little bit of patience, you'll probably make more than me, but that is 398 coins per pie. Meaning currently it is 34k per hour. Now, bear in mind that I've just been selling them very quickly, so that can go up by quite a little bit for not a lot of work, but they did take a while to sell, so bear in mind that there might not be currently the market, or it's just because I'm doing it in the morning. Right, method 2, stringing emerald amulets. Location, Grand Exchange. Requirement, 31 crafting. You can do this with other jewelry. At the moment, we are doing this with emerald. Diamond is also very good, but diamond requires 70 crafting, which we just don't have at the moment. So emerald will do. So we need a ball of wool, and we also need unstrung amulets. Emerald amulet, look for that U, unstrung. All right, let's see how much these buy for. Okay, the balls of wool brought for 47 coins each. Have been sitting here for about 10 minutes, and the emeralds nearly bought. And then the last 70 we bought at 670. And then, as always, we put everything into the bank. We make sure the default quantity is 14. And then we take 14 out at a time. And then string these amulets. And then see how long this takes us. And we do get 4 experience each time. Now, that's not a big deal, but when you're doing this in big batches, I always like a money maker that gives you a little bit of experience. Whether it's small or not is irrelevant. Right, this was actually really quick. We done it in about 8 minutes, so I always do the lazy 10, and then you know you can scale it up, which is always nice with money makers, being able to get more out than what they say. Let's sell these, and let's calculate how much profit we made. And there we go, they sold for 714 each. Very nice. Which works out about 18k an hour, but you can complete 200 in about 8 minutes. So you can really be getting some big numbers on this, higher than 18k. That's a very lazy 18k. Method 3, smelting steel bars. While we will be buying our stuff from the Grand Exchange, location will be Edgeville Furnace. What we need, coal and iron. We need 1 iron to every 2 coal. As always, we'll be doing 200, and then we'll calculate how much we can get in an hour. We'll also see how much these buy for. There we go, they actually bought really, really quickly. Iron ore at 82 gold each, and coal at 163 each. Let's make some steel bars. And then when we're at Edgeville, we take everything out, we run to the smelter, we smelt, and then to the bank, rinse and repeat. Okay, and we've been doing this for about 10 minutes now, so let me put this in. So we got 99 in 10 minutes. So that means we can get about 600 in an hour. So let's go sell these and then see how much money we can actually get. All right, so remember, 2 coal to 1 iron. I bought the wrong amount, but don't worry about that. Let me calculate how much money we will get from these steel bars. Okay, had to sell the steel bars slightly less just to get them to actually sell, but 61k. How does that translate? That translates quite tasty. I'm a little bit surprised. 111k per hour. Not too bad. And I think you can punch them numbers up as well. Could have done a little quicker. More money. Very nice. On to the next one. Method 4. As always, we'll be starting with the Grand Exchange, but we will be heading over to Edgefield for the furnace. Requirements: 40 crafting, and we will need a necklace mode in our inventory as we are using the furnace. What we need: gold bars. And we will also need the same amount of rubies. More specifically, cut rubies. You can do this with most jewellery. At the moment, ruby necklaces are selling for a pretty penny. They're all brought, let's collect them, head off to Edgefield. So you need 13 gold bars, 13 rubies with your necklace mode, and then when you come to the furnace, boom, ruby necklaces. Let's see how quick this is, and then we'll calculate it afterwards. Okay, in about 10 minutes we did 195. If you're really on it, you could probably get another inventory. So we'll say 200 if you work very, very hard. And then back to the Grand Exchange to sell all our necklaces. When I remember to take them all out as a no. Anyway, let's sell these and see what sort of profit we are looking at. Instant sell. I always love a method that instant sells. They sold for 1,174 coins each, which calculates to, meaning we're making 127k per hour. Glorious method, one of my favourites in free to play. On to the next one. Method 5. Blessing unblessed symbols. For this one, we will start by buying our supplies in the Grand Exchange, but then we will be going to Edgefield Monastery. The monastery is west of the Grand Exchange over here. Requirements for this one will be 31 prayer. And what we need is unblessed symbols. You guessed it. Unblessed symbols. Love an instant buy. 92 coins each. So for this one, we're going to start in Edgefield. We have our unblessed symbols in our inventory, and we are going to run not over the ditch, past here, into the monastery. Once upon a time, you couldn't just run past this, you'd have to go over the ditch. So a nice change for this method. And here's the monastery. And then we need to go up the ladder. Go through the dialogue. And then once we're upstairs, we need to talk to Brother Jared. And then we talk to him and we click option 1. Then option 1 again. And we're going to have to do that for each of these. So let's get it done. And then what we will do is I'll calculate this to see how much money we can make in 1 hour. Okay, and that is time up. We didn't quite do 3 inventories. We only got down to here on the 3rd inventory, so I'll leave it here so then we can calculate. The only problem is this is very work intensive, but you might be surprised with how much money this is. So we did 76 in the 10 minutes, meaning you can get about 450 per hour. Let's have a look at how much this is going to get us, and we'll calculate that, and we'll come right back. So we bought them for 90 coins each. Let's sell them for 497 coins each. Fingers crossed, not an instant sell. All right, we'll come back and see how much they sold for. And there we have it. Eventually they sold for 473 coins each. Let's calculate how much money this is per hour. As you can see the prices in the back, this is a whopping 114k per hour. Let me repeat that, 114k per hour. Pretty legit, I'm not going to lie, but intense. Very intense, not AFK whatsoever. All right, we've got a lot of progress to do this episode, but let's start with a dopamine hit. Over 2,000 steel bars sold on the Grand Exchange. 1.2 mil. That's how we're starting today, party people. Then 1,000 ruby necklaces. We're going. Your RuneScape content, sire. And while I wait for my feathers to sell, we'll do a bit of training, earn a bit of money. Ching ching. Okay, we stayed here until 52 range. We got a nice little bit of money. I'll show the the loot tracker on screen, but I think we're going to have some big gains to show when we head to the Grand Exchange. I don't show the bank a lot because I liquidate it quite a lot, but just in case you wanted to see it. And then from Ogress, as you can see, we made 128k, but we've got something waiting for us in the Grand Exchange. I'll race you there. Are you ready? Boom! 2.1 mil! Nothing says grinding like 2 to 3 days of non-stop grinding for a 40-second clip. Haha! Enjoy this content! And after that money making, what are we doing next? Shield of Arav, released in 2001. Shield of Arav is one of the oldest quests in Old School RuneScape, released all the way back in 2001 with the original game. And this is one of the few quests that can't be completed alone. Meaning we have to join a clan chat and see if we can get anyone to help us. Fingers crossed. Alright, let's try and make friends. So how do we chat in here? We're going to go Phoenix game because Phoenix game for life. Right, let's ask for help. Shield of Arav, need black arm. Please. Smiley face. Take that, Johnny the Beard. To be fair, everyone's been really nice. You have to fight to try and get someone to help because everyone suddenly like starts posting, but drop for you. Then pick up my half. Lovely. And then we get both of these pieces and we return them to the king. A simple quest, but one that's worth doing. We start off with 2,000 ruby necklaces. Money. Then we're going to go to the quest. The most nostalgic quest in Old School RuneScape. And it starts in the Champions Guild. Dragon Slayer released in 2001. Dragon Slayer is arguably the most iconic quest in Old School RuneScape. First released in 2001. Completing it proves the player worthy of wearing the legendary rune plate body. To finish the quest, we require 3 map pieces. Looking good with our anti-dragon fire shield. We fix a boat. We get a sailor. And finally, we face the dragon Elvar in her volcanic lair. Elvar has fallen. The legend of the dragon slayer SamwiseUp begins. And the last free-to-play quest, the Ides of Milk. This is a new quest that has been released in 2026. It's a modern quest centered around a strange milk situation around Lumbridge and the surrounding farms. We are investigating dairy problems. And this is the first time we're going to fight the bull. I'm excited. I haven't seen any of the content. I made sure not to watch anyone. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay, that's easy. Doing well, not bad. Nice. So you're telling me he was milking a bull, and then that's what we would drink. Quest completed. With all the quests now completed, our eyes are set on the final goals for this account. First, of course, we need to still be earning our GP for a bond. But I've also set myself another challenge along the way to complete free-to-play. For me, that means completing every free-to-play combat achievement available. Some of these achievements don't involve the main boss. A greater foe, kill a greater demon. Not so great after all. Finish off a greater demon with a demon bane weapon. Silverlight. We'll complete these first before tackling the main boss-related achievements. However, a few of the upcoming tasks require protection prayers. That means our cash stack is going to take a little bit of a hit, because we'll need protect from missiles and protect from magic. Gonna buy Vile Ashes because they're cheaper than Big Bones to get our protection prayers for the bosses. Nice. There we go, that's 37, so now we've got Protect from Mage. I had to click that because I always thought these were member skills, so just wanted to click that to make sure I can actually use them in free-to-play. Anyway, let's keep going. And there we have it. We have protection from range as well, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'm hoping we can get all the combat achievements done without protect from melee, but if we have to come back and get it, that's absolutely fine. But yeah, don't buy Big Bones, people. Vile Ashes, so much cheaper. Like, that was like a third of the price. Right, got another 2,000 ruby necklaces. I resisted lowering the price. Boom. We'll also need the best food we can get because our hit points are low. And the bosses can hit hard. Obor max hit melee is 22. His max hit on range is 28. Briarfighter max is 16. Brutus max hit is 3, but his special can be 19. So the plan is to tackle them in order of difficulty. Brutus being first, Briarfighter, then Obor. 3 bosses, a stack of combat achievements, and another step forward to truly completing free-to-play. We start with Brutus. Brutus is a free-to-play boss added to Old School RuneScape as part of the free-to-play combat achievements. He has low base melee hits, max 3, but his special can hit 19, making timing and positioning important. We'll focus on him first because he's the easiest of the 3 bosses. The combat achievements that Brutus has. Kill him once, and kill him without ever being attacked. Kill him 10 times. Kill him while neither equipping or consuming anything. Briarfighter. Briarfighter is the Moss Giant boss, also part of the free-to-play combat achievements. She has a max hit of 16, but she doesn't apply poison in free-to-play worlds, so preparation is a little bit easier. And the combat achievements. Kill Briarfighter without suffering any poison damage. Kill Briarfighter with Protection Magic active. Kill Briarfighter once. Quick Cutter. Kill all of Briarfighter's growthlings within 3 seconds of the first one dying. And we have to open the chest 5 times, meaning we have to kill her enough times to get all the keys. Obor. Obor is the hill giant boss added for free-to-play combat achievements. He hits hard. Melee, his max is 22, and range is 28, making him the most dangerous of the 3 bosses, especially for our low health. Now we face him after the other 2 have been completed. We have Sleeping Giant. Kill him while he is immobilized. Kill him once. Obor Novice. Squashing the Giant. Kill Obor without taking any damage off prayer. Kill Obor without being pushed back more than 1 square by his knockback attack. And lastly, Obor Champion. Open Obor's chest 5 times. And 1,250 diamond necklaces. And another full inventory done in my prison. And 1,300 diamond necklaces going straight up. We need to make so much more money. And they sold pretty quick, so let's get that 2.6 mil. 2.8 mil is about to all go into feathers. Okay, just grinding. I finished the episode. The episode's gone wow. Membership and bond price change. Let's click on this and read this. And scroll all the way to the bottom and bonds are going... Oh no. Come on, bonds haven't gone up. Bonds haven't gone up. They're still 13 mil. Actively traded 14.5. Oh no, we're in trouble, party people. send help. Here's another one of them money makers in between episodes to see the good, the bad, the tedious, the worst. Method number 1, crafting diamond necklaces. After buying everything at the Grand Exchange, our location will be West Edgeville for the close furnace to a close bank. The things that you'll need. You'll need a necklace mold when using the items on the furnace. You will then need your cut diamonds, very important, and gold bars. Once you have them out, we run to the furnace, and then we smelt, and then we make diamond necklaces, and rinse and repeat. Right, let's see how much profit we can get. To go faster nowadays, you can hit this X in the bank, set custom quality to 13, so then all you have to do is left click everything to get it out to go even faster. We want more money, that means faster, faster, faster. We finished 200 diamond necklaces in about 10 minutes, so you can do about 1,200 an hour if you keep at it. Looking at the history, you can see gold bars cost 104, and diamonds, cut diamonds, 1,753. So let's sell these and see what sort of profit we're looking for. We love an instant sell. 401k. Which that short interaction there already netted us 30k. Meaning in an hour we can make 181k an hour. Not a bad start. On to the next one. Method 2, making chocolate cakes. For this one, all we need is a Grand Exchange or a bank. Requirements are 50 cooking. And what we will need. Cakes and chocolate bars, and that's it. If you're using RuneLite, if you hold your shift, right click on the chocolate bar, swap left click to use so you don't accidentally eat them. I might do that with the cakes. I'll just be careful. And then all we do is left click that onto the cake and make the chocolate cakes. We get a little bit of experience, not too bad. And just to do it quickly, we can go into the bank. We can right click the X to custom quality to 14, meaning we can just then left click and get them in and out quicker. This is actually quite a fast little method, I'm not going to lie. But that's where we have to stop. So stop please, character. And we did 286. Meaning you can do 1,716 plus per hour. Let's sell these on the Grand Exchange to see what profit we are looking at. It is worth knowing at time of recording, chocolate cakes aren't selling too hot. So we got 31k out of that, and we've got 195 chocolate cakes, so we'll reduce the price, and then we'll take that into account. So using the calculations on the ones that we've sold so far, this is going to be about 50k per hour. However, not the best seller, but maybe that changes in the future. Next up is killing Ogress Warriors. In order to kill Ogress Warriors, you will need to complete the Corsair's Curse. Once completed, we will head west of Remington, which is south of Falador. And onto this boat, we will travel with Captain Boy Colin. Once we are there, I will speed this up and take us to the dungeon. And here's the entrance. It is literally just west of where we enter. Now, this can be populated quite a lot, so you will need to hop to find free worlds. Once you find a free world, there are 2 safe spots. There is one here, and one here. You need to hit the Ogress Warriors, like so, to be able to safe spot, and this safe spot is even easier. Right. The combat stats that you will need, if you are meleeing, you really want 70 pluses or 80 pluses. The higher, the quicker you're going to be able to kill. 50 range is quite nice. Mage you can do, however, you will find out that you are eating into all to your profits with how much chaos runes or death runes are. So range is quite nice and chill. I'm going to sit here for 10 minutes to see how many we can kill, and then we'll calculate how much money we can make. Okay, so in about 10 minutes, we got 7 kills, which is not too bad. So that's 42 in an hour. What we'll do to calculate everything in my inventory is what we got. We did get lucky and get a rune med helm. We did get some lore runes as well. What I'll do is I'll calculate how much money we're earning from the drop table on the wiki, only because that's the fairest. It's going to give us a fair average, as getting rune items is really going to balloon how much money you're making. So the wiki here says the average Ogress warrior kill is 1,950. If we times that by 42, that means every hour we are making 81k plus. However, you can scale this by getting stronger and better melee or range stats. For method 4, we will be collecting wines of Zamarok. We will start off with the Grand Exchange because we will need a few things. We will need Zamarok robes, a Staff of Air, and lore runes in order to cast Telegrab. We will need 33 magic for this. Once we have all them things, we can get to Falador. Additionally, you can have teleports to Falador, so once you fill your inventory, you can get back to a bank very, very quickly. Let's speed this up and let's get where we need to go. From Falador, we are going to go north into the Chaos Temple here. Once here, there are 2 wine spots. There is this one down here. However, if you telegrab, all the monks will attack you. With 500 total level and wearing these robes, we can climb this ladder. Upon doing it, there is a spawn here that we can telegrab and not get attacked while doing it. Meaning it's raw profit. You can either hop to keep grabbing them or stay here if you want to chill and high alch at the same time. I am going to hop and see how much we can get in 10 minutes, and then I will scale it up to see what our profit is. That's the first inventory done. We then teleport to Falador, bank, and go again. And that is time up. So I won't cheat and get this last one. Nearly 2 full inventory, so let's go sell it. Let's see what profits are like. Okay, the only thing we do need to take off these is the price of a lore rune, because that's the only thing that we had to buy, which is 131 each. So let's sell these and see what sort of profit we are looking at. Okay, the wines sold. In the end, they sold for 1,045 coins, 40k profit. Let's scale that up. Meaning that is 238,000 coins. Wow. Wow, really, really good method. Very intense though, because as you saw earlier, hopping, F keys to quickly get your spell, telegrab, hop again, and then recycle the same 5 or 6 worlds, so then one's always in stock. Really powerful method for free to play. And the last method, we are doing high alching on profitable items. This can be done anywhere, at a bank, while you're doing quests, while you're training. It's lovely. We do need 55 magic for high alchemy, and then you get your items in noted form. High alching can be profitable in free to play, but checking prices here is the most important step. Look at the Grand Exchange price, then compare it to the high alchemy value. From that value, you must subtract the cost of the nature runes as well to see if there's any profit left. Rune items are often where these margins appear, so they're always worth double checking. When testing this method, rune pickaxes and adamant plate bodies were buying the fastest, making them a good options to check first. If there's still profit after the runes, congratulations, you found an alchable item. If there isn't, well, you're not making money. You're just doing very expensive magic training. Always test small batches first, confirm the price, then scale. Here we have 50 adamant bodies and 40 rune pickaxes. How much can we do in 10 minutes? What is the profit? The only thing to note with this method, it is limited on how much you can buy and sell. So if you want to do infinity amount of rune pickaxes, if they're not selling, you're not going to get them. So bear that in mind. And that's the last one. Honestly, we could have kept going. This was easily within the 10 minutes. So if we could have bought more, we could be still going. But let's see how much profit we can go just on this small batch. So we have the adamant body prices here, which is 9,565 each. And when we look in here, we can see rune pickaxes. I've been buying them for 18,464. So working out on that small batch that I probably did in about 6 minutes, if we say 10 minutes and we times that by 6, that is 300,000 RuneScape GP per hour. A very nice message, however, it can stall you waiting to buy stuff. Last time out, we got hit with some news that could make this challenge a whole lot harder. Jagex announced membership price increases, and whenever that happens, one thing usually follows. Riots in Falador, but bond prices start climbing. When we started this series, bonds were sitting around 13 mil, but checking the Grand Exchange now, we can see they're pushing closer to 15. That means the goalposts have moved. The grind just got longer, the challenge just got harder. And if we want to complete free-to-play and earn a bond from 0, we're going to need to step things up. Also, to complete free-to-play, I set the goal for completing all the combat achievements. We have 2 left. We need to loot the chests in Obor and Briarfighter 5 times. We've done Obor twice and we've done Briarfighter 1. So we're going to have to be killing moss giants for them pesky keys and hill giants for them pesky keys as well. I'll give the bosses a chance every now and then, but the keys just don't seem to give me luck. So, with that all being said, let's get to it. Just hit 55 range in my personal hellhold. Just hit 55 range in my personal hellhold. Okay, that's a full inventory done at Ogress Warriors. We're up to 623 kills. So we're getting up there, but I'm afraid we'll be back. Recorded my last money-making video and we are sitting just shy of 3 mil. So it's about time we talked about the plan to make money. We need a few methods. We need one that I can just AFK on my phone, which is why you see the diamond necklaces come up every now and then. And that's 1,600 diamond necklaces at 3.2. Oh no, 3.3 mil cash, 75 crafting. We keep going. And that's 3.6 mil worth of diamond necklaces. Another 1,800. And then we need the powerhouse methods. When I'm sitting down and I can go ham, balls to the wall, what's going to be on the wall? Telegrabbing, Wines of Zamorak. Come here, you Ziggy. And got 182 Wines of Zamarocks. Let's sell them bad boys. And that's 189k for my Wines of Zamorak. Thank you. And that's 468 Wines of Zamorak. And of course, we can't forget, we've also got to kill moss giants and hill giants to get their keys. Now, I'm going to sort of mix it up depending what I can be bothered to do to kill these, and I'll give the boss a couple of kills every now and then to see if the keys drop quicker there. But there's a bit of a transgression from what people think the drop rate of keys are on Briarfighter and Obor, so let me know what you think. Right, it's about time we got ourselves some melee gear, because actually it's starting to take us a while doing everything with ranged, especially the hill giants, because we can kill them. The hill giants aren't ready for this. Oh, there's a giant key, that's what we want to see. Let's go, let's go. I forgot, we did get the offhand dagger from the cow boss, so when we get our adamant weapon, God, we sound like a noob. We're going to go equip that. And that's 40 attack, rune weaponry on the way. And that's 40 strength. I want to get 40 defense as well to melee the moss giants because I just think this is so much quicker. I probably should have done this earlier, but you live, you learn. Bad to the bone comes to mind. I didn't waste money. No, I didn't. Maybe a little bit, but I didn't. Come on, I'm allowed to splash the cash. Not where I'm going for a bond. What am I doing? And the sentence is over. That is all the giant keys to complete all, or the last Obor combat achievement, which is loot his chest 5 times. We've already done it twice. We have 3 keys in our pocket. I'm hoping we're strong enough to go fight the moss giants to go to get their keys, since we're on a roll. Let's go have a look. Come here, you mossy key. And that's 45 attack. And 2,000 diamond necklaces, nearly at 4 mil. Tell a lie, because if I get my money out of my bank, 4.2. Now, I get that hopping for Zammy wines is depressing. Well, like work intensive, but it is really, really good profit. The problem is I can't really AFK it, but I just hop between 3 wilds, grab them and go. Like, I am surprised this isn't like locked down a lot more, but who am I going to complain? But we need to get here because this really ramps up our money. The jewelry making isn't making us enough to like really get to that bond, but it's just so easy for me to do on my phone. You know, I don't have time to play this 10 hours a day as much as I wish I did. So like to be able to do something on my phone that's like fairly chill is nice. So when I get time, it's just trying to go hard in the paint and get as much money as we can. We're getting to that bond, party people. Hopefully. Just got 62 mage. And we've got 2,200 diamond necklaces about to be sold. And they sold really, really quickly. So let's get our 4.3 mil. I wasn't even paying attention. Mosky. Oh, wow. That was like the back-to-backer. Like I'm doing other things. I'm not paying attention. That's all the mossy keys we need. We are done. Just got 63 mage. He's losing his soul. This is taking too long. This is pain. Send help. Okay, we have 832 wines. Let's sell them. Give me an instant sell. It's like dopamine hit. Never. And that's 80 crafting coming in. And we've got 2,200 diamond necklaces. And then I want to see what the cash stack is looking like because it should look pretty juicy. Instant sell. Love that dopamine hit. And a quick coffee later, they both sold. So let's see how much money we have all together. Bang. Bang! 5.3. I mean, we're getting to the point now when you think we need... Let's have a quick look, actually, how much bonds are while we're here. Bond. Okay, so they seem to have stabilized. So at one point they were going up to 15. So we're still 13. So what? Just under third of the way there. We're at the point where we need to start thinking about what we're going to do when we do the bond. Because when we get the bond, we've got 14 days of membership to make money for another bond. So interesting times ahead. Although I did say that I was done with mossy keys. Okay. We have a slight problem when we go to loot tracker. So we have 4 mossy keys showing up. We have 3 in my bank. And I've only looted... Where is it? Briarfire chest once. So I've had a mossy key drop. And I've just totally forgotten to pick it up. Like just AFK. And so I need 1 more key. Because we need to loot the chest 5 times. Same as Obor. But we have all the giant keys in the bank. Because we've done... Obor twice because we got a key from Obor himself. So we are moving in the right direction. It's just taking a little bit longer now. So okay, we're up to 675 Ogress warriors. I just like to mix it up sometimes, otherwise I'm going to go absolutely insane in this grind. Forgot to record, but we just sold 2,700 diamond necklaces for just shy of 5.4 million. Oh, he's getting tired. He missed the record. And that's 50 attack. I caught the fireworks. And the mossy key journey is officially done. Make sure I pick it up this time. So, outside of getting money for a bond, we also set the task to complete free-to-play. In completing free-to-play, my own rules is I wanted to do all the combat achievements, the ones that we could do on free-to-play. And we have 2 left. We have to loot Briarfighter's chest 5 times and Obor's chest 5 times as well. We've already done twice. So we're going to do Briarfighter now. Now there's a very very slim chance that we could get Briarfighter's drop, which is about 3 mil, which would obviously help our bond journey a lot. And that's another Briarfighter down. Shall we try and get lucky at the chest? God, I'd be so hype. Never lucky. And another Briarfighter down. Gone, give me it. Oh, I got excited when I saw. It's money, money is money. Wish me luck. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Oh. Okay, and this will be the last combat achievements that come in, which is lovely. Nice. Time for Obor. Now time for Obor to get his 5 chests. We've already done 2, so 3 to go. I know, big maths. And from the chest, we have a chance to get the Hills Giant Club, which would be nice. That would be a mil in the back pocket, but I'm not feeling very lucky. He's feeling sad. He hasn't got faith. There we go. Obor down. The boss's loots are very, sad. All right, come on. Drum roll. Let's have faith. He's a loser. He gets the worst drops. Let's try again. A little bit better. Not what I want. And that's the last key. So we'll get the combat achievement from this, which is awesome. And then it's just a bond voyage. Do you see what I did that? Because we need a bond voyage. I'm very funny. And this is my new home. No more jewelry. Just wines for me. Wish me luck. Hi, and this is my prison. 64 mage. Let's make bond money. When we started this series, bonds were sitting around 13 mil. But checking the Grand Exchange now, we can see they're pushing closer to 15. That means the goalposts have moved. The grind just got longer. The challenge just got harder. Yeah, I think I've probably done too many diamond necklaces and stuff like that. Like, I'm not sad about it. Because it is like a nice AFK, but I think I'm gonna stay here when I've actually got time. Because the thing is, I've only got like 3 hours a day sort of to play RuneScape, and then I can AFK. I did buy a little laptop, so I think I'm gonna do Ogress Warriors AFK, and then I'm just gonna have fun in between because we're nearly done in free to play. So I have had a nice time, apart from being locked here and all that. But yeah, it's been good. And the thing is, since the garlic incident, I'm really nervous to get, like, banned or something on the account. Like, never me, right? And that's 60 range. I'll have on screen all the loot from AFK and all the Ogress Warriors. And to be fair, we've made a hefty penny. Killing Ogress Warriors is where it's at. And I did some grinding on the laptop, so here's 62 range. 63 range, 64 range, 43 prayer, which means protection from melee. And more importantly, this is what the kill count on the laptop looks like. While we're grinding hard for a bond, I still want to enjoy the game. One thing I've noticed with RuneScape is if I focus too much on one goal, the end goal, I just end up getting burnt out before I ever actually reach it. So instead, that's why I've been mixing things up, trying different money makers, keeping it fresh, trying to enjoy the grind. That has sort of stopped lately, with mainly focusing on a few things. And now we're heading back to Obor and Briarfighter just to mix it up because our journey in free-to-play is nearly over. Never lucky. Never lucky. Nothing. 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 Never lucky. Nothing. On the road again. He's on the road again. He's doing free-to-play bosses. Nothing. Nothing. Never lucky. Nothing. 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 He can't cut the web! And what we get? Never lucky. I'm not sure. These keys are apparently meant to be 1 in 16 at the bosses. Let me show Runelight. Where are we? We're at 41 no key. Have I read this wrong? Am I embarrassing myself? Nothing. Never lucky. Trying to flick so I can stay here for more. I don't think these drop. Nothing. 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 Ran out of death runes, so I'm just going to clear my chaos runes inventory. I should be thanked. When I go 49 at Briar Fighter without a key, I'm helping the average. Meaning the people that get spooned the mossy keys here, they should be thanking me for helping them. Your mossy keys, sire. Nothing. 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 Yay! All right. Let's go, let's go. Come on. Let me just show. That is 53 kills, our first mossy key. Come on. I'm fine with that, obviously. Like, we're not getting greedy. We're not getting greedy. Rune items are still nice. Ah. Go on with the back-to-back. Never lucky. Nothing. Nothing. I feel good about this one. I know it. Never lucky. Nothing. Nothing. Never lucky. Right, it's about time we liquidated the bank just to see what coinage we're actually working with. 2,080 wines of Zamarok. God, we're not done yet. So we're so close, we're going to get rid of our rune armor and everything like that. We're pretty much done. We've still got a little bit of a way. But we've got 6.1 mil. Let me sell all this. Just like magic. Money-wise, we're at 8.7 mil, which is crazy. Let's actually see how much a bond is actively getting traded for at the moment. So the last one, 13.7. Should we, like, put one in for, like, 8 and see what happens? And instant buy. Imagine the scenes. So, we know we need to make, what, 4 mil? And our journey comes to an end. So there's going to be heavy grinding. We need to get this bond. And then we need to plan what we're going to actually do in membership, because we've got 14 days to make 14 mil. So it's not going to be as easy as, you know, do quests, have a good time. We're going to need a plan. And I think I've got one. And put in these wines of Zamarok. We're at 442. Need lots more. 624 wines of Zami. And that's 67 mage coming in. And this is going to be 1,014, but 1,000 sounds nice. Nearly there. And lucky me, bond prices are going up again. You can't make this up. Someone's doing this to just, like, troll me. That's what it is. The price increase for RuneScape was just for this series. Let's get back to it. The only problem with doing wines in, like, the evenings is, oh my god, has this place got popular. Okay, and then that's going to be 1,200 wines. I'm going to sell this off for hopefully our last money-making method to get us that bond. Right, let's sell our wines off, as I would much appreciate the coinage. Oh, I love an instant sell. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's get our cash stack out. What are we sitting at? Oh, look at that. 10 mil. Let's examine. 10 mil. Can I just try and buy a bond? Imagine. Imagine the scene. Someone like messes up, sells it too low. I haven't got 13 mil. Don't take the Mac. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Go on. Instant buy. I mean, we can dream, can't we? Anyway, let's make bond money. And we're back in the feather shop. Some people say we never left. So the whole idea is this will get us our bond money. We're going to buy 10 packs, close the shop, open the packs like this, and then when we go back into trade, it should be stocked up again. Rinse and repeat until all our money is gone, and then they should be above 14 mil. Unless I've made a mistake, which, to be fair, is easy for me to do. I'm not saying I'm silly, but I was about to make a feather joke and I realised I don't know any feather puns. Anyway, let's get a bond. And that is the first 100k done. God, I regret my decisions. And we're at 200k in feathers. So I'm about 4-5 hours into this grind now, and this is pretty much brute force, but it's going to give me time to plan for membership and stuff like that, and to read the comments. You know, I like to read a comment, and I love the people that are copying this challenge as well. It is fun, but it's time to leave free to play. And just in case you wondered, what I've been doing is I've changed my left click so I can left click to trade, left click to buy 10 feathers, and then I can open them. To do this, you get menu entry swap. I know most people know this, but there'll be a few people that don't. You edit that, you go into NPC, and you tick customizable left and shift click. So then what you do is you hold down left shift, right click him, and then you can swap your left click just to trade. Just a quick one. And yes, you can do this with anything in the game that you can customize it, which is quite nice. So not just here. Just over 1.5 million feathers. Lucky me. Okay, so this should be us about to hit 1.8 mil in feathers. And I'll be honest, my sanity has been lost a little bit. So, Briar Fighter anyone? I am going to sadly miss free to play. Like, it always feels so alive around the Grand Exchange and whatnot. Like, it has some characters in, I think that's fair to say. Although the Easter event is on. I had to sell everything to get my gear back because I forgot I absolutely liquidated everything. But you never know, we might get lucky at Briar Fighter, right? I mean, if you look at the drop table, I've been getting really lucky, question mark. He's never lucky. See, this is what you don't get in the main game. You just find like specimens everywhere. I'm starting to get nostalgic on free-to-play before I leave. Never lucky. Oh, thought we were going to get something. Give me something. Nothing. 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 Never lucky. 69 Briar Fighter kills and only 1 Mossy key. Yeah. Unlucky. Never lucky. Right, I think that's enough for messing around. And back to my prison. This is what I deserve. Catch you next time. We are over halfway done. We are nearly done with our feathers. And then that is it. Free to play will be done. This will be day 3. Although day 1 was just the evening, we will still count it. This is day 3 of opening feathers. This is the content you want, sire. He likes feathers. He unpacks them. So if we sell everything we've got about 12.5 mil, and we need about 14.5. Bonds are sort of going up and down quite a lot, especially with obviously the membership increases. So it's sort of just keep an eye, see what happens, because we're getting to the point that if we're quick, bam, and we'll just sell them, get what we need to get. $100k more feathers and we will be free. Let's go! That's the number we need. 4.7 mil in feathers. He's got the feathers! He's done it! Let's go sell them. And it's time to put them into the grand exchange. Offer them all 3 coins each. 14.1 mil, and we've got 200k in our back pocket as well. I don't expect them to instant sell, but we know we have our bond. So now we plan for maintaining that in membership. No lie, I've been staring at this for about 2 minutes. It looks glorious. Right now, we're just chilling, free to play on the background, but that's about to change very soon. Once we hit that bond and activate it, everything becomes about one thing: maintaining membership. That's where this series is going to go. Everything that we're going to achieve in membership, we are going to do it at the same time as maintaining a bond. Now, it's important to understand this. One bond gives us about 14 days of membership, which means if we want to stay members, we need to make that money back fast. Otherwise, it's straight back to buying feathers. No, thank you. At the time of recording, bonds are sitting around 14 million GP, but they fluctuate daily. So, to be safe, let's call it 14.5 mil every 14 days. That's our target. Breaking that down, we're going to need to make about 1.04 million GP every single day. And I can't play all day, as much as I'd like to. Realistically, I've got about 3 to 4 hours per day. Let's just say 4 hours as I'm fully addicted. That means every single hour we need to be making around 259k GP every hour for 14 days straight. And here's the problem. We're a low-level account. Most money makers are based around near max stats and maxed gear, which we definitely won't have. So the question is, how do we actually pull this off? And I got the message that I've been waiting to see. 4.7 mil feathers sold. 14 mil, baby. That looks nice. Question is a bond going to buy for 14 mil? Squeeze me, bonds 13.6. Members, baby. The nice thing about that, it gives us a little bit of chunk of change to actually work with when we go into members. Like, we have nearly 800k to actually work with to buy supplies and stuff. So the time played on the account is 9 days and 14 hours. And the total level is 706 moving into members. I've been planning. And oh boy, have I been planning. Are we ready for this grind? 14 days. Get another bond. Easy. Okay, let's live through this together. Redeem. 1 bond, 14 days membership. There we go. Right. Let's click it. Redeem 1 bond for 14 days of membership credit. Accept. Ho ho! 310 a members world. Play now. There we go. Our 14 days start now. Let's go, go, go.